guys, for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to get a capsule wardrobe for beginners. These are just 3 tips that I think are really helpful and will help ease the process of doing this. Keep in mind, I'm also starting this process from the beginning, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time for a multitude of reasons. I just don't want to be wasteful anymore. I find that I gravitate towards the same pieces anyways, and I truly do believe that less is more. I also believe a lot of the things that I have could find a better home, and yeah, I just don't feel the need to have like a huge wardrobe anymore. I really, in 2018, want to become more of a minimalist. I'm not gonna ever really consider myself a hardcore minimalist, I wish, but I really do think I could use to get rid of some things. So I hope you find this video helpful. And if you guys want to see any more different types of videos, maybe like essential pieces or things like that, let me know in the comments down below anything else you want to see related to this topic, but let's jump right into it. First and foremost, I do want to say that I've read up a lot on this, and I found that a lot of the articles or examples that I found just weren't really helpful. I feel like the whole numbers thing, it could be great and it may work for you, but for the average person, we're all different. You know, every one of us has a different career, or we live in different states, different countries, we're different ages. So judging by a list and going by those 30 things or 16 things or whatever's on that list, it may not cater well to you, and there may be things on there that you just don't need in your wardrobe. So these are just going to be a general basis of 3 tips that will work for everyone. Step 1 is going to be to remove absolutely everything from your closet, your drawers, wherever you store your stuff. Just remove everything and place it in a really like open space. If you don't have like a living room or an area where you can place everything in, use your bed, just somewhere where you can really spread everything out and see exactly what you have. You may even find a few things that you never even knew you had in your wardrobe. For step number 2, we're going to break everything down into categories and assess it that way. I find that this way is not as overwhelming, and it will really help you decide what you truly need to keep. So an example for me is I have about 10 pairs of boots, which is totally excessive, totally unnecessary, and I am having myself narrow that down to only 3 pairs. So I'm gonna go through and look at these boots and see which ones do I get the most wear out of, which are the most comfortable, which do I find myself gravitating towards the most, and what do I have that is either a duplicate or it's too similar to the other. So as you can see here, I have a couple different pairs of brown boots, which yes, they are all different, but I feel like in reality, if I want to be more minimal, I only need that 1 pair of brown boots. I don't need to keep all of those extras. So I'm gonna go through and select the pair that are my favorite, that I know I'll get the most use out of. I'm also keeping these Gucci boots, which obviously they're a staple statement shoe, and I feel like I only need 1 staple statement shoe, and this is going to be the one that I picked. The last pair of black boots that I'm keeping are my most worn shoes out of everything in my collection. Now also, when you're going into these different categories, I would say to cater it towards that season. Now for me, it's winter time. I'm not gonna go through my sandals and figure that out, because I feel like when it's not in that season, you don't truly know what you get the most wear out of, because it's winter time. I haven't really reached for my sandals yet. So that's another tip that I would have. Just don't kind of like overwhelm yourself. You may even want to like separate it by season, by category, if that would work better for you. Another example of some things that I'm going through, I have about 4 to 6 different blazer jacket options, and to be completely honest, I don't wear these that much at all, and I think obviously for me it would be essential to keep 1 blazer if I do need to go somewhere on the fancier side or I have a meeting. So I'm gonna opt to only keep 1 of these. So those were just my examples of those few categories. Obviously I'm gonna go through and break down everything from every single category in my wardrobe, but I just wanted to show you guys just an example of how much I'm getting rid of, or at least initially trying to get rid of. I do feel like when you're going through this capsule wardrobe thing, it may take you a little bit to be able to part with everything. I know some people do have a really big emotional attachment to some of their items or clothing pieces. I try to not think about that, to be completely honest, because I feel like when you start getting sentimental and emotional with those pieces, you're gonna wanna like kind of like hang on to everything, and that's when like clutter begins to develop. Step number 3 is to plan, donate, and sell. So you're going to figure out a plan of what you're going to be doing. Are you going to donate everything? Are you going to sell everything? Are you going to take it to a consignment store? Are you going to use an app? What are you going to do with all of your items that you are no longer keeping? I personally sell a lot of items on my Poshmark. This is in no way, shape, or form sponsored or anything. It's what I find is most comfortable for me. You may find another app to sell your items that you just like better, but to me it's a very easy and simple way to get rid of things and, you know, get a little bit of your money back for those items. And it's also a good place to shop around for some really good key pieces. I found some great items on there as well. Now I'm thinking about how can I build a wardrobe with some really good essential pieces, and what are really good essential pieces that I need that I was lacking in my wardrobe. So if you guys want to see a video on how you can choose the essentials and what things I personally think are essentials you should have in your wardrobe, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you start to declutter, be sure to send me pictures on Twitter. And if you're interested in purchasing any of my items, I always put my Poshmark in the description box down below for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!